The Rangers player's troubled past catches up with him again, plus a heated town hall meeting in North Texas over healthcare reform, and a mid-air collision witnessed by thousands of people. News 8 at 6 is next.
This is News 8 Now in high definition.
Good evening, I'm Jessica Williams. This is News 8 in HD. New photos today rocked the baseball world. Texas Rangers player Josh Hamilton partying hard, despite a well-known history of alcohol and drug abuse. And today, minutes before playing in Anaheim, the man who preaches sobriety admitted he fell off the wagon. Josh Hamilton knew this day was coming, even if the rest of us didn't. The incident happened in January. Hamilton was in Arizona training for the upcoming season. He went to dinner by himself, ended up getting drunk, and had those compromising pictures taken of him. The story is getting so much attention because of Hamilton's history of drug and alcohol abuse and his rehabilitation since. Hamilton said that immediately after the incident, he called his support group, which includes his wife and the Texas Rangers, and told them what happened. The Rangers are in Anaheim this weekend, and Hamilton met with the media before today's game. Among them was Evan Grant, who writes for the Inside Corner blog on dmagazine.com.
He knew that this story would eventually come out. I think he's been somewhat sitting around and almost waiting for it to come out, and I think in a lot of ways today it freed him to kind of actually express the remorse that I think he's been feeling, the remorse and the guilt that he's been feeling since that night in January.
Hamilton was in the starting lineup today in Anaheim. We'll have more of this story in sports. The healthcare reform is sparking passion and outrage across the country. Today, thousands showed up at the forum in Denton, nearly overwhelming organizers. Jonathan Betts is here with more.
The forum is one of several being held across North Texas where talk of healthcare reform is igniting controversy and tempers.
Demonstrations like the one in Denton are taking place across the country. Some have had yelling, scuffles, even arrests. Another Texas congressman says he believes the protests are carefully orchestrated.
The notion of a grassroots campaign is totally and completely phony. The Republican Party has coordinated this apparent outrage and stirred it up.
The disagreements are getting increasingly ugly, with opponents comparing President Obama in Congress to Adolf Hitler and the Nazis. Some lawmakers are actually counseling public meetings. 10 Cowboys made it before him, even some from the 90s, but today, Bullet Bob Hayes is finally going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, a long overdue honor one Hayes didn't live to see. Hayes was drafted by the Cowboys back in 1964. Known as the fastest man alive, he is the only person to win an Olympic gold medal and a Super Bowl ring. His speed revolutionized the receiver position, forcing defenses to change. Hayes died of kidney disease in 2002. He will be represented tonight by his son, Bob Hayes Jr. We'll have ceremony highlights tonight at 10. Cowboys season ticket holders get a chance to check out their seats in the new stadium. During today's open house, fans were able to tour the main concourses, concession areas, and seating bowl. Tonight at 10, how much they're paying, and is it really worth it? Arlington residents get a chance to see what they help pay for tomorrow. The Cowboys and City Hall will be hosting a stadium open house from noon to 4 p.m. You will need to show a water bill, driver's license, or some other proof that you live in Arlington. While the fans check out the stadium, the team is dealing with a training camp injury. Just who went down and what it means for the Cowboys a little later in sports. Plus, don't forget, you can upload your own questions for the Cowboys and we'll get the answers. Just go to WFAA.com/cowboycamp and click on the fan cam icon. A sightseeing helicopter carrying 5 Italian tourists and a small plane collided above the Hudson River. Authorities believe all 9 people aboard the 2 aircrafts were killed. The National Transportation Safety Board has dispatched a team to the mid-air collision. Here's ABC's Aaron Kardarski with more.
Emergency crews are still on the water. Police divers in the murky Hudson trying to recover wreckage and bodies after what the mayor here called a great tragedy. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Construction has finally started on a new gate to give former President George Bush and wife Laura a bit more privacy. They petitioned the city of Dallas to block off their Preston Hollow neighborhood before even leaving the White House in January. Neighbors supported the plan, and the city council signed off, citing a bill actually passed for Bush's father, which allows limiting access to public streets on which former presidents live.